Yeah. Press on. We got ourselves a gang member here. Avilla 7592. Have we met? Have we met? You don't know? You would forget a beard like this, Avilla? Come on. You would forget? You don't know? How are you doing tonight?
Not bad.
Huh?
Not bad.
Not bad. All right. Who's your partner here? What's his name? What's his name? Lopez. All right. I don't know if we've met before. So, what's going on here? You're just... Oh, you're not on a call or anything? Okay. There was a lot of guys on this one corner.
Yep. This is your first time here?
Here?
Yeah.
Where?
Downtown?
Oh, no. I film you guys all the time. That's why I asked if I had met you before, you know? I like to...
So you know the deal then, right?
No, I have yet to figure out the deal, actually. I've been asking about it, but...
ask somebody else because it's clearly trying to like do something or bait you for some reason. I don't know.
No, I'm trying to gather...
I don't have to answer any of your questions, man. If you don't need anything else, then you can go on.
Oh, I can? Are you trying to run from scrutiny?
I just don't want to talk to you. I don't have to, right?
So you're trying to resist scrutiny?
What?
Scrutiny, you're trying to
No, I
resist.
just don't want to talk to you, man.
That's really
I can
sad.
tell your angle, okay?
My angle? What's my angle?
I don't have to explain anything to you, man.
You don't.
That's my right as a citizen. Come on.
Right, but your facial contortions explain a lot, Avilla. You don't have any rights. Did you say that's your right? Oh, hell no. Did you just claim to have rights? What right do you have? What right do you have?
Certain inalienable right.
Name one right that you have. Name one right. Avilla,
All right, I'm gonna leave.
you think you're a servant of the people and you have rights? Wow. You've done lost your mind. You've done bumped your head, Avilla. I want your badge number. Your badge number. $6091. Yeah, Lopez. I have to find out who Lopez is. Aquino, 7402. How are you doing tonight?
Good, sir. How are you?
Wonderful. Do you know who Lopez's next chain of command is?
Oh, I know.
You don't? He's not with your crew, right? He's right there.
Is there an issue?
I mean, Avilla, not Lopez, Avilla.
Is there an issue?
Well, are you his supervisor?
No, what's the issue?
I'd like to speak to a supervisor. That's the issue. Are you trying to divert?
Are you...
I've asked you a direct question. You either know the answer or you don't know the answer.
What can I help you with, sir? What do you want?
I want to know who his supervisor is, who his corporal is, or his sergeant.
You want to know his corporal?
Yeah.
Corporal's right here.
Which one? Who's the corporal?
I think he's right here.
What do you need now?
Sabek. One of these days we're gonna be friends.
Are we?
I hope so. I'm not your enemy, Sabek.
Nobody's here. Your enemy.
All right, good deal. I mean, you know, just saying, like, we're probably gonna meet a lot more times, you know.
What do you need tonight?
Are you over what? Avilla? Are you Avilla's corporal?
Oh, Jordan.
Jordan is. All right, excellent. That's who I need to talk
Corporal
to.
Jordan, he must have called you.
Corporal Jordan.
It's going to be after he's gone anyway, and then once I get...
Absolutely.
It'll be after he's gone, so it doesn't really matter.
I know I've met. You are. Well, first of all, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
You fist bump? Okay. You're over Avilla.
Yes, sir.
You're. Yeah. He says that he has rights.
Does he have rights?
He says he does.
I mean, he does have, like, we're talking about what kind of rights?
He says he has inalienable rights.
Yeah, of course.
What right do you guys have?
Don't we all?
Hell no.
Well, what do we do with it?
All right. You
How
think
do
you
we
have
give-
the
how do we
you
give
think
them
you have the
back?
freedom of speech?
Well, to an extent.
To an extent. So it has been deprived, has it not?
Well, I think that's how it is in any business, though, right?
In
'Cause
any
they can
business.
always
What do we
limit
call
it.
business? Commerce.
Okay?
Commerce. Right? You're doing commerce, aren't you?
In what sense?
Aren't you in the business of providing protection and service in exchange for money? For profit or personal gain?
You got me.
That's what we call commerce, isn't
Yeah,
it,
you're
Corporal?
right. You're right. It is a
Right?
job.
And whenever you volunteer to do a job, you put somebody above you, don't you?
Like volunteer.
Somebody that can tell you how to dress, what to say,
Well, they can.
and they can.
Yeah.
But you've given them that authority, have you not?
Yes.
Right?
As long as I'm employed here.
As long as you're employed.
Correct.
And if you want your rights, you can quit,
Uh-huh.
and then you will have your rights again. But right now, you don't have rights. You don't get to go press. You don't get to assemble and hold a F the cop sign on the corner now, do you?
I mean, yeah, you're right about
I'm
that.
damn well straight I'm right.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because I'm one of the people. And you're a servant of the people.
Yes.
And the Constitution clearly defines what you are. You are a person.
Okay.
And persons don't have rights.
Okay.
Nowhere in the Constitution does it say persons have rights.
Do you want me to go tell Officer Avila he has no rights?
He has one right, but none of you seem to know what it is.
What is it? Do it.
The right to vote. It was given to all citizens in the 19th, the 22nd, and the 24th. I'm sorry, not all citizens. Kids can't vote.
Uh-huh.
Felons may or may not be able to vote,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So, felons are persons. In a school, kids are in schools. They don't have rights, do they? They can be searched for no reason.
Yeah, you're right. They have less rights in schools.
They don't
than
have
do
any
outside.
rights. You either have all your rights or you have no rights. You have things called privileges that look a lot like rights,
Okay.
that are commonly referred to as rights but are in fact privileges. Right? So Avila seems to think that he has the right to remain silent. Are you required to give me your name, badge number, tell me who your sergeant is?
Well done. Yes.
So you do not have the right to
Outside
remain
of
silent.
that, I guess he can remain silent.
Well, first of all, where does the right to remain silent, where is the word right ever used in the Fifth Amendment?
Okay.
It's not
Where-
right.
Yeah, but where are you going with the?
Because the framers knew the word right, and they used it several times.
Okay.
But they did not use it in
Oh,
the
you're
Fifth
saying they
Amendment.
specifically.
They did not use it in the
omitted
Fifth
it.
Amendment.
Okay.
But what they did do is they used it in the First Amendment, right?
Okay.
And so the people have the right not to make speech.
Okay.
Persons have a privilege, commonly referred to as a right, to remain silent if it will incriminate them. There is a qualifier there. Only if it will incriminate you of a crime.
Okay.
So it's not 100% all the time, and it's definitely not a right. And it doesn't pertain to the people. The word people doesn't appear in the Fifth Amendment.
I see where you're going.
You see where I'm
Yeah.
going?
Yeah.
Sergeant.
Yeah. It's been enlightening. Thank you.
Enlightening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that if all officers knew that they don't have rights,
Uh-huh.
and that is why we're supposed to respect you, because you voluntarily exchanged your rights for privileges, immunities, and duties in order to protect our rights. When we don't do anything for you, maybe we do, maybe we don't. Some do, some don't, right? Some flip you off, some probably spit on you, right?
Happened.
Right? But what I'm saying is that you took an oath in order to defend those rights and give up yours at the same time. Because even when you retire, you can never reveal certain information. Right? Some things are going to remain classified. That you, well, classified is a
Probably more
technical
on a
term,
federal
but
level, yeah.
well, I'm just
In
saying,
other
like,
words.
there are things you won't be able to reveal.
Okay.
Like maybe a victim's name or their address, right? Some things you know, and even after you retire, you don't get to go and write a book about it,
Yes.
right? So your rights will never be completely restored,
You're right.
right?
Yeah.
Whereas like somebody that works at the bar here, they don't really make any agreements. They didn't swear to an oath, right? So they do give up their rights while they're working. They don't get to wear what they want. They don't get to say what they want. And they might even be able to be fired for saying the wrong thing on Facebook. Right? But if they get fired, they get their rights back.
Right.
You know, they don't go to jail for saying it, but they may lose their job. And that's called losing your privileges. Because if you want to find out what's a privilege, try exercising your right and see what gets taken away from you. Right? You'll lose your privileges. They'll go after that. You know? And that's fair. Right? Because you can't have both at the same time. Either rights or privileges, one or the other. Because it's too powerful. It's too much. You guys have a lot of privileges. A lot. Right? And a lot of people say badges don't grant extra privileges. Bullshit. They do. They're supposed to. Right? The president has even more privileges.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right.
Right? And every job has its privileges. But they come at a cost of your rights.
Yeah.
But you can
I
do
don't think
things
I
that...
ever really put that into perspective until
All right. Corp Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Sabek was here to hear that too. 3454.
3454.
Very
Very interesting.
Yeah. How do you feel about interfering with an officer? What would you call, like, let's say that you had a stop. Let's call it an ambulance stop. Okay? And somebody's being taken to the stretcher. So they're probably detained because they have hands on them. Right? And but the road's closed down. Okay? So let's say that I came up and I was like this close. Let's say this close. Right? Would you send one of your officers to come and block my camera?
Why would I?
Is there any circumstance that you would send an officer to block my camera?
I mean, we're talking about like if it were a deceased person, we're trying to protect the privacy of a deceased subject. Is that, I don't
Oh, a
understand.
deceased. Well,
Yeah.
in
If
public,
it-
but how can you have
no
privacy
way.
when you're in public?
You're right. I mean, I'm saying to an extent, but I'm not going to block your camera away on the.
Right, that would be called impeding, right?
I mean,
That would be an impediment.
Yeah, there's no reason for me to. You know what I mean?
But I mean, if I put something in the way of you, like let's say you needed to get to this spot. Yeah, like let's say you needed to get to this spot. There was evidence on the ground right there, and I refused to leave.
Yeah.
That would be interfering, right?
You're
It would be an obstruction, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But if I'm here and you don't need to get here,
You can stand there
and I'm
all day.
filming, I can not only stand here,
Yeah.
but I could make a lot of noise too, right?
As long as you're not keeping me from doing my job or EMS personnel from doing their job, sure. You can.
I mean, when you say keeping them from doing their job, you mean an actual action that impedes,
It would
right?
keep them from literally being able to
Literally,
do their job.
literally, yes.
Not
Okay.
just something that annoys them in the background. You know what I
Right,
mean?
and this
So,
would be a little close. I would say.
Yeah.
I don't get this close.
Okay.
Right, but on a sidewalk, I mean, sometimes sidewalks are small,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I think you would find that a lot of officers would be accommodating to that. Like they're not going to freak out. You know what I mean about you.
It depends on where I am. Downtown Austin,
Oh, you're talking about literal locations.
yeah, in downtown where there's hundreds of people walking by, I've gotten a lot better treatment regarding
Well,
filming.
it's just because we're
Right.
used to it probably
Right.
more so down here than
Right.
maybe an officer is up in a middle of nowhere on a call. You know
Sure,
what I mean? So,
but I mean, even, in North Austin, right, if 100 people can walk by you here while you have a traffic stop or somebody detained, then one of the people can walk by you down there, right? Just because there's not 100 people everywhere
Yeah.
doesn't actually change anything.
No, and that wasn't what I was saying. I was
Right,
just
I
saying
know.
I think we're more like relaxed with it because
Yeah.
it happens all the time.
Yeah, no, you have been. None of you. I don't know who's on your crew except for these two guys over here,
Yeah.
which were very rude to me.
Right.
But because I like to have conversations and meet you guys before I run into you on a stop, like how we're talking. This is a great conversation.
They got it.
This is a great conversation.
I
You know what I mean? And I like to have that with all your officers, right? I don't have an angle. I'm not like trying to make you look bad. But if you have an attitude, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
And they have an attitude, at least tonight.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
Hold on. Yes!
Press on.
Master by the name of Bates, smoking more than all 50 states combined. Yeah, right, I gotta stay on the grind. I got no money, so my weed's on my mind. I hit the club, but you know I can't dance. 7 and 7 in my cutoff chance. Tie that shirt in my long ass hair. What part of how I look makes you think I care?